Hey folks, High Lord Tamerlane bringing you another Obscurity in Miniature. Today we're going to take a look at some bounty hunters from Dark Age games put out by Cool Mini. This is the Misfits and Monsters box. Now, I want to say that these figures were released individually, but Come On had this big rebranding thing where they put everything into larger boxes that, just like Wrath of Kings, take up way more space than they need to. So who do we got in this box? We have Susie Bell, we have Roth, and Scars. And why their names are all mixed up down there, I don't know. They're not in alphabetical order either, but I can tell you. Susie Bell, Roth, Scars. Shall we take a look? Let's. Alright, so upon opening the box, we've got the usual plastic tray holding everything. Okay, well, in this case, I'll say that probably it might not be a bad idea to have it, because it seems like there's a lot of junk in here. So first off, we've got the cards. We have what seems to be the ever so scantily clad Susie Bell. A plethora of bases. It looks like a 30, a 40, and a 50. Interesting. Next up, this should be Scars, or the pieces that are going to make Scars at least. And then this big baggie of parts seems to be Roth. One thing to note, these are, as far as I can tell, all resin. I want to say that some of these might have originally been released in plastic. Not plastic, I'm sorry, in metal. Susie Bell in particular I thought was a metal release. I was going to say plastic again. But that is most definitely resin. So I'm going to pop these open and we'll take a closer look at just what these figures are made out of. So obviously it goes without saying that they're made out of resin. Let's take a look at what we've got here. First up is Susie Bell, just because I want to say Susie Bell. And she is not wearing a whole lot. That's never an issue. Planet of Samara, wherever the game takes place, is supposed to be a hot wasteland. Well, I don't have to paint too much up her crack, so that's a plus. Not sure what kind of weapon she's got. Obviously, a big, nasty, jagged blade and what looks to be a lead pipe. Okay. Facial features don't seem too bad. You can make out what she is. She's wearing a pair of sunglasses or something on her head there. Is that a holster hanging off, or is that just flash between her legs? That's just flash. Okay. I'm not sure what the jeans that aren't jeans are all about, but that's Susie Bell for you, folks. We'll take a look at her rules later. All right, up next, let's take a look at Scars. Not Scar, but Scars. For whatever reason, he totally reminds me of Raziel from the old Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver games. So he's got a submachine gun of some sort and a funky-looking sword. The sword's design seems very Mesoamerican, Aztec-like, which makes me think Cool Connie, which are the funky, crazy, techno-Mesoamerican guys that live on Samara in the game, since they're all basically aliens at this point. And what I got here is his legs. Again, all the tatters totally reminds me of Raziel. I don't know if that was intentional or not. Very well could be. I also don't know who's supposed to go on that 30mm base and who goes on the 40mm base. Once I've got them put together, hopefully we can figure that out. Let's take a look at Roth now. So, first things first, he's got a big, massive base to call his own. He also has a big, massive pile of plastic, not plastic, resin that makes up his body. Reminds me of a rhinoceros almost. Hopefully he fits on that rather phallic-looking base. I don't know if I'm putting them on there correctly. It's got stuff on the bottom, so it's not going to exactly stay upright. He's a big fella. Alright, what's going on? Is this a hand? Yes, it is. It looks like this is supposed to be perching and... Alright, we'll pick that up in a sec. I have no idea what this is. This looks like a half to a weapon. What do we got here? the rest of that haft? I don't know. Let's take a look at the box and figure that out. I don't know what's going on with that. That's really weird. It doesn't look like he has anything in his hand. Does he? He does not. Okay, folks. I don't know what's supposed to go with his hand there. Oh, silly me. I guess that's just leftover casting junk. He still has his closed fist. It's just extra crap. So maybe this is just junk too. Alright, that makes my life easier. So he's basically just 2 hands, a body, a base, and a face that only a mother can love? Quite possibly. Mama! Yeah. I'm shocked that he only has 2 eyes. Why I'm shocked, I'm not sure. I kind of figured he would have had more, but that's just my expectation with big, hulky, brute-type figures is they're going to have tons of eyes. But I like figures with extra pieces anyway. So, I'll stop here for now. And I will hopefully be back later with a follow-up video putting these guys together and show them off. And we'll see how they compare to some other Dark Age figures and other stuff laying around. Dark Age, well, you know, it's a shame because the game itself is a pretty nice system. It's been pretty steadily supported by Cool Mini despite really having no oomph or presence anywhere. And it seems to have just disappeared again over these last few months. They were supposed to release a few more new figures, but they seem to have disappeared. So I really appreciate the fact that these are great for any kind of post-apocalyptic game that you guys are into. I mean, most of them have such low-tech weapons anyways. I mean, she's got a pipe and a sword. They can fit in just about anywhere. If you want to go post-apocalyptic, I mean, big Hulk and Roth here, you could probably fit in as an ogre or something in a fantasy game if you're looking for something different. I mean, despite her tattoos, she looks like she can go in an old fantasy type game too. So, I mean, I think with the Dark Age stuff, if you can find it and you can get it for a reasonable price, which both are quite challenging, you can get a lot of bang for your buck. There's a lot of interesting stuff, and there's very unique figures as well as very unique factions. So if you have a chance, check the line out, especially the newer boxed sets like this rather than the old blisters, because they do, if you can find it, like I said, they do tend to have a lot of interesting stuff. So, with that, I will say my farewells, and hopefully you guys like this. There's plenty more videos where this came from. Take a look through them, subscribe if you like, put a thumbs up if you can, and I will see you all later. Bye-bye.